Hey, what's up, people? Welcome to the Truth Hitman channel. And the name of this video is called The Second Coming. And it's all to do with a prophecy in the Gospel of St. Matthew, chapter 24, verse 34. I'm going to show you what I mean, right? Okay, let's get into it straight away. Okay. Jesus was talking to his disciples, and his disciples said to him, tell us when the end of the world will be. Right? Let me just read verse 1 to 3, right? Okay. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the building of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another, that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? Okay, so Jesus starts to tell them, and Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And it goes on talking about, rumors of wars, famines, earthquakes, people will betray one another, many false prophets will arise, and, evil will abound, iniquity shall abound, and the love of many shall wax cold. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved. Yeah, and then it goes on talking about there be a great tribulation, and there shall arise false Christ and false prophet. And then in verse 29, it says, Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the earth to the other. And then it goes on to verse 34, where it says, Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Now, the key verse is verse 34, which I've just read. Yeah, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Now, the disciples and everyone living in that day has died and has been dead for the past 2,000 years. And now we're 17 years past the year 2000, and Jesus hasn't come yet. And then some Christians, I'm going to show you, will try and get around it, like this guy here. And it says, look, it's about a video, and this video reveals through the scriptures that when Jesus said, this generation shall not pass until all these things take place, he was telling the disciples that the generation that sees the things he was describing to them will be the generation that sees all of them take place, including the second coming, etc. But Jesus never said that generation shall not pass, the generation that sees those things. And it's obvious as well that the generation that sees these things, obviously that's going to be the generation that's going to, be around at the second coming. But he never said that generation. That's not what he said. The scripture reads, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. And we have to go by what it actually says, not what you're trying to, not what people try and interpret it to what it means. You see what I'm saying? And that's the problem. This generation. And that generation has been dead for 2,000 years and Jesus hasn't come back yet. Hello. Okay, so that is something to think about. Okay, peace. I'm out. 1.